Glenn, can you now give me your views on how the standard of the county leagues has changed? Because I think there's been a big difference over the last 30 years. And you were a key player in that in those times. What are your thoughts?
It's different. I think the game is different. The game is 100% different to what it used to be. And I'll say that to start with because it puts it in a bit of context. You know, it's all when people going, oh, you know, what like it was in my day and those kind of things. Football's a completely different game. Formations are different. Coaches do things in a different way. People or the players do things in a different way. You know, they look after themselves in a different way nowadays. For me, you've got, I suppose, two kinds of player nowadays. You've got those that are like naturally gifted. You know they can play. They can get away with little things, you know, not going out maybe not for a game and stuff like that, but they're still that good. They can get away with it. You've then got a lot of lads now who probably aren't the most gifted, but they're disciplined, they're athletic, gym every day. They cover it, they don't smoke, they don't do anything like that. They're model professionals. You know, in our day, back when we played, you know, you wouldn't get people looking after themselves in the way they do nowadays. So you got that's one big difference for me. Saying you've got people with a lesser maybe technical ability being able to go a little bit further because they've got that desire and that discipline and that athleticism. But I think you've also got the physical side of the game's changed, and that's to do with pitches, you know, condition of pitches, grass plus 3G. See, 3G is massive now, and
What are your thoughts on that? 3G to grass. I'm not the biggest fan of it. Tough. So I see now the revenue outweighs.
Yeah, it's a toughie. It's you know, look, most of the 3G pitches out there are revenue drivers. Yeah, training, you know, hiring help, and never getting the game called off. You know, guaranteed crowds. You've lost a lot of the old, what I call sort of, you know, the old-fashioned centre halves, coming in players, sliding tackles, you know, that kind of stuff. The game's playing a lot more on the deck now, which is good. Although, as I've noticed, as you go up the levels now, it reverts back to a little bit more long ball when you're getting into some of the sort of like the sort of more National League sort of games. But yeah, I think the game's changed completely. The introduction of 3G's changed a lot of it. I think the good teams, and I say this to the guys from Worthing Utd, the difference between a good team and a great team generally is the great teams have a consistent squad. And I think that's one of the things a lot of these clubs out there at the moment struggle with. Because you'll get lads go, I can't play this weekend, I'm going out with the missus to do this, that, and the other, or I'm doing this, that.
Do you think commitment's different?
100%. That's probably the difference. Yeah.
Back when we were playing, and I think this was a fair while ago, the plans were set. It's planned for.
Yeah.
I'm training Tuesday, Thursday.
Yeah.
And now you're getting, as you said already, there's a lot more attractions you can do. There's a lot. We live in an internet world.
Yeah.
It's tough to gain that commitment all the time, and that obviously moves back towards where volunteers are as well. You know, if you haven't got the people that want to commit to the game at these levels, and we're not talking Worthing levels, Brighton levels, Leicester, Merseyside, people like that. We're talking these county levels. If you haven't got the people that can't commit the time to them, clubs will fall or will start falling out this pyramid.
People have busy lives, you know, and can't beat around the bush. It's not easy nowadays to live, let alone live well. You know, people have to earn as much money as they can. A lot of these lads will be doing maybe 2 or 3 jobs.
Yep.
Then they'll be working evenings, they'll be working daytimes just to make ends meet. So you can't knock them for that, and you can't question some of their discipline, and you can't question some of their actual commitment, because they're actually committed for things that are really important, like their family. It's the little things, I think, when they say they're going to be there at a certain time on a Saturday and they just don't show. Those are the things that's a non-negotiable for me, you know.
Yeah, and I've never been a no-show. I know you've never been a no-show. I think that is one of the biggest discs you can give to your players.
Yeah, and the management and the team, for teammates, all the people that set things up behind the scenes, you know, all those kind of people, you're sort of, you know, it's it's all of their hard work which goes to waste. And you could be the star man on the day, and you've missed out. But yeah, Friday's frustrating. It's frustrating, but in work you've got to respect other people's lives and stuff and what they have to do. Especially no more so now in this sort of tough sort of environment we're in, economically as well. So it's tricky.
Looking back at what you've done at Lancing Utd, what would you change if you could? If you had a magic wand?
Probably when we got into the county league when we did.
Too early?
Too early, not enough time to prepare, not enough dedication from volunteers, committee members, players, and probably a bit of we probably got caught a bit rabbit in the headlights. Good opportunity, let's go for it. Funneled all the way through first season, done extremely well, got to cup semi-final, going third in the league. I thought it was easy. Second season since I've kicked in, and it was like well, and in the county league, it's not something that you can step away from easily. There's some big fines for not playing games. I think we were getting sort of one of the FA committee members basically saying it's £1,000 fine for not for filling a game.
£1,000.
Yeah,
for basically forfeiting a game.
Yeah, that was what was fine. Yeah.
But and could that be concurrence if you
that's not just a one-off. That is a one-off game, but it's not a one-off fine.
Wow.
So it can roll. I think what would have happened, it would have been 250, 500, 1,000. It progressively got worse.
But even so, if you're being fined that amount, and money for clubs is absolutely non-existent at the moment, that means a fault, doesn't it?
Pretty much. That was why we folded. We could have resurrected it and probably got back on track, but it was a matter of how long it would take us. Maybe 3 or 4 weeks. That's 3 or 4 weeks worth of fines that you can't hemorrhage. Your cash value dead. So we just went, well, we're going to leave. We exited the league, got a wild fine, and that was it. Done. And off we went. And then reformed the following, well, not reformed, just restarted in the Mid-Sussex League next year. But yeah, you see where it takes us. It'll be interesting.
Well, Glenn, thanks for coming in, helping us out with this and giving your opinion. And we wish you the best and whatever night for this season.
Thanks.
And for all of the coach teams at Lancing Utd. Glenn Souter.